three Singapore megastructures that left the world speechless.
Imagine walking in a city where every building looks at you with confidence and whispers, "I'm proving the future starts right here." This place is called Singapore, a city that pushes engineers' minds into the corner of the ring.
And the fascinating part is that this futuristic vision isn't built only with cold steel and concrete. Here, nature breathes too, on rooftops, inside facades, even suspended in the sky.
But here's a key question. Is construction merely architecture and creative aesthetics, or is it a battle against structural limitations? Singapore's answer is both.
In previous videos, we explored many extraordinary structures in the United States, Spain, and other countries, which you can watch right now on our YouTube channel. Those nations have long established and powerful construction industries. But Singapore, this country has accelerated at an unbelievable pace in just a few decades, and now it is competing directly with the world's frontrunners.
To me, Singapore feels like a movie on fast forward, advancing with incredible speed. Before we begin, I'd like to ask you a question, and I'll ask it again at the end. Among the United States, Spain, Germany, China, and all construction powerhouses, including Singapore, which one impresses us the most?
If your answer isn't Singapore yet, make sure to watch until the end and then decide.
Hello, I'm Eleanor, meaning the shining light, and along with my friend Theodore, we're heading to Singapore to discover three unbelievable buildings that have shocked people all around the world.
If you're into structures that make you blink twice just to confirm they're real, this video is made for you.
We are from the YouTube channel Constructive Minds, right here beside you. This is where a team of engineering and architectural experts reveal the secrets behind the world's greatest urban masterpieces. If you love extraordinary structures, engineering analysis, and bold design, then hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss any of our exciting episodes.
Let's dive into three of the craziest masterpieces in Singapore.
Singapore is way more than just a city-state. It's like a real-life urban laboratory. It's a place where the most ambitious, sometimes downright impossible-sounding architectural ideas actually get built. Today, we're diving into three of its most defining structures. This is a trio of icons that didn't just change a skyline. They completely redefined what's possible when a big vision forces engineering to get creative. So here's the game plan. We're going to look at three incredible and totally distinct marbles: the massive Marina Bay Sands, the beautiful Art Science Museum, and the literally living Oasia Hotel. Then we'll connect all the dots and uncover the powerful single vision that made them all happen. All right, so these three projects we're talking about, Marina Bay Sands, the Art Science Museum, and the Oasia Hotel, they aren't just famous buildings you see on a postcard. Each one is a unique, totally daring answer to a really big question. How do you build an icon? One did it by pushing the limits of scale, another by pushing the limits of form, and the last one by pushing the limits of ecology. And you've got to understand, none of this happened by accident. Singapore uses these huge projects strategically to build its global identity. They're so much more than concrete and steel. They're these powerful statements about innovation, about fearless engineering, and about a vision for a greener city. They are, quite literally, a laboratory for the future, hiding in plain sight. Let's kick things off with the undisputed titan, the one everyone knows, Marina Bay Sands. This thing isn't just a building, it's practically a micro-city. And it's defined by one thing above all else: its absolutely mind-boggling scale and the sheer audacity of its engineering. Designed by the legendary Moshi Softy, its crown jewel is, of course, the Sky Park. The goal here was kind of simple on paper: create one single unified place for entertainment, business, and tourism, all under one incredible roof. Or, well, on top of one. But actually building it, that was a massive puzzle. Think about it, the three towers can actually sway independently in the wind. So balancing a 340-meter-long park on top of them was a huge risk. It's like trying to balance a giant surfboard on 3 pencils that are constantly wiggling. Add in the crazy weight of that infinity pool, all sitting on unstable, reclaimed land, and you've got problems that needed brand new solutions. And all that incredibly complex engineering was really for one simple goal: to create a feeling. The source material calls it an experience product. The design wasn't just about the structure, it was about delivering that very specific sensation of standing on the roof of the entire city. Now, just a short walk away from that titan of scale, we find a completely different approach. The Art Science Museum isn't about being huge, it's about a poetic shape, where the design and the building's function become one and the same. Also designed by Safdie, the museum's famous lotus flower shape isn't just there to look good. The whole idea was to physically build the intersection of art and science, with each petal being its own unique gallery space. But, as you can imagine, this beautiful shape was an engineer's nightmare. The asymmetrical petals created these immense, twisting forces on the building's core. But here's where the genius of the design really shines through. That roof isn't just shaped for beauty, it's also a giant, functional funnel. It collects rainwater and channels it right down through the museum center to be used again. Form and function, together. So, how do they even make those perfect curves? Well, they couldn't just use normal materials. They had to rely on something called fiber-reinforced polymer, or FRP. It's this composite material that's both incredibly strong and surprisingly lightweight. It let them create those smooth, seamless petals in a way that would have been pretty much impossible with just steel or concrete. And that brings us to our third and final case study, which is a radical jump from the first two. The Oasia Hotel downtown isn't an icon because of its scale or its symbolic shape. It's an icon of ecology, a true pioneer in turning a high-rise building into a living, breathing ecosystem. Coming from the architectural firm WOHA, the Oasia Hotel is just unmistakable. Its core idea was totally revolutionary for a skyscraper: create a green colony, a living habitat smack in the middle of the city's super dense business district. But as you can guess, building a garden on the side of a skyscraper comes with some massive engineering challenges. The structure itself has to hold up all that extra weight from soil, water, and thousands of plants. It needs a complex, automated irrigation system to keep everything alive. And super importantly, it has to be designed so people can safely maintain it for decades. So why does all this matter? Well, because the benefits are real and you can measure them. This living facade isn't just for show. It actively cools the building and the area around it. It attracts birds and insects to boost biodiversity. And its open-sided sky gardens create natural ventilation, cutting down on the need for AC. It's a direct attack on something called the urban heat island effect. You know, that phenomenon where big cities always feel significantly hotter than the countryside nearby? That's it. And by swapping out heat-absorbing concrete for cooling, living greenery, buildings like the Oasis Hotel are offering a real solution to make our cities more livable. Okay, so let's pull back. We have 3 very different buildings, and each one is iconic in its own way. One is all about scale, one's about form, and one's about ecology. But when you look at them all together, this powerful, unifying vision starts to emerge, and it's all about how form dictated engineering. Let's just break it down real quick. Marina Bay Sands became iconic through just unprecedented scale and technical boldness. The Art Science Museum did it with a deeply symbolic, organic shape that you just can't forget. And the Oasia Hotel became an icon by being a pioneer for a whole new kind of vertical urban ecology. And right here, this is the key takeaway. For the longest time, the old way of building was engineers would say, here's what's structurally possible, and architects had to design within those lines. But with these Singapore projects, that whole relationship got flipped completely on its head. The architect came first with a bold, crazy vision, and that vision forced the engineers to invent totally new solutions to make it real. It's a simple but really powerful 3-step process. It all starts with the vision. The sky park, the lotus flower, the living tower. That vision then creates a puzzle, a huge set of technical challenges. And that puzzle leads to the solution, where engineers have to innovate and create custom-made methods to bring that initial dream to life. The form drives the engineering, not the other way around. Now, beyond just the design process, these projects share other legacies. For one, they required massive investment, and yeah, they have high maintenance costs, but you really can't deny their success in boosting Singapore's global brand. Ultimately, they stand as these bold statements about the kind of future Singapore wants to build, one that juggles economic ambition, cultural symbolism, and sustainability. So in the end, what we're really seeing is that these aren't just impressive structures, they're the physical proof of a national strategy. They are Singapore's vision for its own future, built in steel, glass, and living greenery for the entire world to see. And all of this leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to think about. We can admire these monumental achievements, for sure, but we also have to ask, what is the true long-term environmental and social cost of building a nation's identity on such a grand, ambitious scale?
Remember the question I asked at the beginning? I'm asking again, and I want your answer now. Among the United States, Spain, Germany, China, and all global construction giants, including Singapore, which one amazes you the most? I'm sure this time we'll hear Singapore much more frequently.
I've studied countless buildings across the world, and our own team has designed many remarkable structures too. But Singapore's uniqueness is that its futuristic approach isn't cold or lifeless. Here, nature breathes as part of the structure, on rooftops, within facades, even up in the sky.
This content is produced by the Constructive Minds YouTube channel. If you enjoy deep and exciting videos about construction and structural engineering, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss what's coming next. And if this video was valuable for you, share it with your engineer, architect, or construction enthusiast friends.